Give our viewers some background about this thing that has been said on the floor of the House by the Karnataka Chief Minister when it comes to separate law, when it comes to making Kannada mandatory. When has this been brought into discourse earlier also? In fact, Harish, hold your thoughts there. I'm now joined on the broadcast by Mr. Tanveer Ahmed of the JDS. Mr. Ahmed, now that the Chief Minister of Karnataka has in fact spoken about bringing in a separate law to make Kannada mandatory, how do you react to it?
See, things are decided on three aspects. First is visualization, which he is visualizing. Verbalization, which he has already verbalized. But actualizations are not seen on the ground. What is the amount of amount which is spent for the development of Kannadigas or Karnataka or Kannada language? Have they really worked towards developing the literature, making it available on the digital platform? A lot of questions. See, to verbalize, you can really verbalize anything.
Yeah.
We really respect Honorable Chief Minister have really said this. But doing this is really going to be far more important because we 6.4 crore Kannadigas do identify with Kannada as our cultural identity, as our linguistic identity.
Right. Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, my colleague Harish also was pointing out how there are severe lapses when it comes to actually utilizing Kannada language. We're talking about, let's say, for example, bank forms in the remote places in Karnataka, in villages in Karnataka. There too, the use of Kannada is not there. So do you think that is the level or grassroots where it needs to start? There has to be a start. It can't just be a lip service.
See, absolutely. This cannot really happen by a chief minister just saying. It has to come from the federal government who controls the banking system. As you rightly pointed out, that the bank slips currently are either in Hindi or in English. Yes, they should definitely start from understanding the basic necessities of people and endorsing, developing, promoting, protecting and propagating Kannada would be better there at the grassroots level. Lip services, I think Chief Minister should really stop giving lip services. Now the Kannadigas have really understood lip services are not going to really work. They have to do actual work on the ground to understand. And really, I really appreciate that you bringing that bank slips point into discussion, ma'am.
Okay. Also, Mr. Ahmed, the fact that the Chief Minister has also said that there is no question of a compromise when it comes to Kannada as a language. So what is the problem with your party and your leader H.D. Kumaraswamy? Because he had, of course, written to the Chief Minister asking him not to celebrate Hindi Diwas today. Of course, it's been celebrated all across the country. But this language war has been emanating out of the state of Karnataka and also Tamil Nadu. What are the key issues that you think this sort of celebration is going to bring about?
The former Chief Minister of Karnataka has clearly stated that he is not against any language. We don't hate Hindi or Tamil or Telugu or Malayalam. No, absolutely not. This had to really, the Chief Minister had to take the stand to tell the people of the entire country the apathy, the stepmotherly behavior which is really happening by both the national parties towards regional languages, whether it is Kannada, Tamil, Telugu or the region and Marathi. They're absolutely ignored. Tell me how many new literatures or writers have been promoted? Absolutely none. So the federal government, the federal system absolutely allows us to endorse our language, which was the stepmotherly behavior by the central government was happening. This Kumaraswamy had to really bring this discussion into the surface so that the entire country identifies with their own mother tongue.
All right, Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. In fact, let's quickly play out that very reaction by the Karnataka Chief Minister, Mr. Basavraj Bommai, on the floor of the House. Let's take a look at what he said exactly.
ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಮಾಡೋದಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯವೂ ಕೂಡ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜನತೆಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೂ ಕೂಡ ಆತಂಕ ಪಡುವಂಥ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ನೆಲ, ಜಲ, ಜನ, ಭಾಷೆ ಈ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜಕೀಯ ಮೀರಿ ನಾವು
Bommai saying that there is no compromise on safeguarding the interest of Karnataka and Kannada language.
ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಅಗ್ರಗಣ್ಯ ಭಾಷೆಯಾಗಿಯೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಳಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಳಕೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾನೂನನ್ನೇ ತರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Kannada as top priority.
ಇದೇ ಸೆಷನ್
The government is bringing a separate law for mandatory use of Kannada, and it will be brought in this session, and it will be made compulsory, and there will be a legislation, and making Kannada compulsory won't be just a statement, it would be backed by a piece of legislation.
ಕಾನೂನಿನ ರಕ್ಷಣೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡುವಂತ ಜನಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಲು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ಯ ಭಾಷಿಕರು ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನು ಕಲಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಅತಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಒತ್ತಾಯವನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಒತ್ತನ್ನ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು
importance would be given to help people, non-Kannadigas, to learn Kannada in Karnataka.
ಇವತ್ತು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೆಯುವಂತದ್ದು ಪ್ರಥಮ ಬಾರಿ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಒಂದು ಸೆಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಕೂಡ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ
they have in fact started
ಪಾಠ ಹೇಳಿ
engineering courses that would be completely in Kannada.
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತದ್ದು.
This is referring to help students who would have come from Kannada medium schools and colleges.
ಕನ್ನಡವನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಲು ಬೆಳೆಸಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣದಿದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತೀಕ್ಷ್ಣವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಖಂಡಿತ.
That was the Kannada